I'm Louise Fletcher, and I help artists find their own unique creative voice by sharing my own approaches and techniques and how I've done that. Today I'm working on self-portraits, which have been key in my art practice, even though I primarily paint abstractly, and I want to take you along, show you the process. I set the camera up, so let's go see what happened. So when I want to get really expressive, I use blind drawing. I hold a mirror and I don't look at what I'm doing. So I don't look at the paper, I look at the mirror. And that gives these really kind of wonky and interesting drawings, which feel to me more honest than an accurate likeness. And what's great about this kind of drawing is also that each one comes out differently. So I like to work on at least two things together and then move between them. And so each of these drawings will be completely different from the other. Then I applied water to the paper and started to add ink into that water. This is just black Indian ink. And I was having some success, but this paper, Arches oil paper, isn't actually great for acrylic ink. Tried the same over here, but this time I used what's supposed to be an indigo ink, but it's a bit too pale blue for my liking, so I soon left that behind. Then I started to redraw over my drawings, but using a rigger brush, a very thin, fine brush, and I doing this drawing with ink, with the paint. And I like this because, again, I get more versions of myself, and yet so I get the line work and I get another inaccurate version of myself. And then drawing back over with a charcoal pencil, again, like now let me get a different version of myself, so that I'm constantly looking to add lines, because I love drawing and I love to see drawn lines in any piece of work, whether I'm painting abstractly or painting something based on reality. I mean, you might call this realism, you might not. Obviously, I'm not going for a strict likeness. I'm now using soft pastels, so chalk pastels, but then in some places I add water to them because they're lovely for drawing with, and then you need to fix them, but they're also lovely if you add water and turn them into a kind of paint. And I added the same blue onto both drawings. So as you see, I move between them constantly. Something that happens in one informs the other. That was soft pastel again, adding it and then removing most of it to make a stain. Here I'm putting on phrases or words that I have heard throughout my life as criticisms, and I am claiming those back now. I'm not too old. And yeah, I'm not ladylike, so what? Nobody said I had to be a lady. I started to, again, constantly draw over, and I changed the shape of the mouth on that right-hand one, which we'll come back to. Now I got some white paint and mixed it with the Indian ink to make greys, and started to bring in some of the shadows on this one. So I would say the one on the left is veering more realistic. That red you see me painting, that was a neo color crayon, which is water soluble, and then I just added water. I'm adding a few more words. Aren't you too old? More neo color here, so you'll see when I add water, then it just becomes a highly pigmented color. And I'm just playing in adding greys into the hair, because yes, I do have greys in my hair. And going between them constantly and disrupting the face. And I particularly was getting really interested in this one here on the right that I'm working on at the moment, because it was less careful, I guess, than the one on the left. There's more of an adventurous spirit in this one, I feel, even though at times it loses its way a little bit, and even though it's probably no masterpiece, I really have a soft spot for it. Back to this one over here, I added in some eyebrows. I like the scribbles in the hair. I like to bring in some like strong mark making. If this is supposed to be an emotional portrait, I need to put emotion into the marks that I'm making. I need to put feeling in, otherwise you won't feel it when you look at it. If I'm too tentative, you will feel that tentativeness, and I don't want tentative portraits. This one I was really liking at that point, and maybe I should have left it, but I kept going. I'm keen on putting the dark areas under my eyes in. I brought some orange into this one to bring some warmth in, and I'm not sure that was the wisest idea. Oh, look, I brought it into here too. I'm not sure. I think I may have gone a little bit too far with that orange, but I wanted touches of warmth in there. And you never know you've gone too far until you've gone too far. I'm drawing back over here through paint to redefine some features. I'm bringing some soft green chalk pastel in there to add some more colour depth. I love the colours in that left-hand one. Here I just changed the direction of the eyes a bit. They were staring off, added some red, and then I was done. Here is what the first one looks like, and I do actually quite like it. I just feel the face is a little bit too stiff, and I would like to disrupt some of that if I do another layer. But there are many things I like. This one I really do love, and yes, it's not flattering. I'll never be accused of that. But I just think it's a more interesting picture, just in terms of the surface and the use of media and the different things going on and the number of contrasts happening in here. And I'm always all about contrast. And I feel like there's some truth to it. I feel like it has some feeling behind it. Now, I teach this process of making these multimedia expressive self-portraits in my Art Tribe membership group, which is currently closed to new members. But if you would like to join as one of my YouTube peeps, you would be welcome to join. You just need to email us at the email address below this video, and we will get you hooked up with a secret link so that you can sign up, get a free trial. So you can take this class for free because you get 30 days without paying a penny. If you then decide there's nothing there for you, you can leave. I hope you'll decide to stick around because that's not the only amazing class that I have in there. It's where I do most of my teaching throughout the year. So come and check us out. Meanwhile, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I've inspired you to go have a go at your own.